This is the daily market recap for 12/27/21. Let's go. This is Dan Max at EXPI Realty, aka the trading agent, and this is my stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver daily market recaps. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you. This is Dan Max at EXPI Realty, aka the trading agent, and this is your daily trading recap for Monday, 12/27/2021 for stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver. Let's get into it. First, we start off in the Discord room. I invite everybody who's watching these videos to please stop in for live updates. Also, subscribe to the channel for daily live trade alerts. For example, the most recent on, say, RIVN or UTHR, US Steel, Apple, QQQ, SPY, whatever. Doing YouTube shorts on live trades for short-term stuff. And also, daily recaps. I mean, I don't think there's anywhere on the web that's offering this kind of free insight for daily recaps. And if you have questions, leave a comment. And maybe if you're lucky, I will do a YouTube short as a response, or I'll post it all here in the Discord room. I'll drop a Twitter link and maybe a short clip. But yeah, there's tons of content here and insight, and a lot of people helping out with this website and just the trading agent in general. I appreciate every one of my friends who are in here, and shout out to you guys who are constantly listening. And you know, we're all learning a little bit together all the time. The market, it does not have to be a buy yourself thing. Because if you think you can beat the market by yourself, then good luck. You can't have your eyes on everything. You're going to have blind spots. So again, if you have questions or comments, check in to the Discord board, subscribe. So let's jump into it. Bitcoin. Ooh, that's an ugly chart. We talked about this forever. This looks like a big cup and handle. So far, we're holding the 0.382 and the 42,000. If you zoom in intraday, this is where the live trade alerts and the benefits of what we do is, you know, look at support equals resistance. I mean, there's a video in my video catalog on the Discord room that talks about what, you know, support equals resistance, why support becomes resistance, why swing points and channel, you know, like why this price levels matter. As you can see, I mean, it hits it. I mean, these lines kind of draw themselves and they play out. So we were talking about buying in the 45 to 46,000 range. Look at the previous videos. We talked about very clearly. And your stop is your entry, and you know, the first test of the recent highs backed off. Second test backing off. Well, now you need to hold 50,000. Now again, we all know Bitcoin can be a little more volatile, so don't expect it to necessarily hold perfectly for price. But that's just what it is. I'd be watching the 50,000, because if not, then it probably could get back down to 48. That would make sense. If I draw a line, you can see it. You know, there's a lot of interesting area at 48,000 as well. So just keep that in mind. And that's Bitcoin. I mean, it's making higher highs and higher lows. I like to see this little higher high back off, because that's a little bit of a bull trap. Wash some people out, and you should go higher. Let's jump into the markets. Oh boy, yeah, I apologize, sloppy charts. I was doing some YouTube shorts, and if you're not subscribed and checking out those shorts, they have been monster winners, especially RIVN today. Tlt Bonds. Again, the same story I say every day. The bond market is not that important unless it's moving crazily volatile all over the place. We have been tight in ranges. It's not going anywhere. As long as the bond market's stable, the market overall will be stable. It doesn't care. The dollar, this is one that we said looks bearish, but it is holding up high and tight. As you can see, we talked about this gap down. We talked about these red flags here. I think the dollar is going to drop, but just be aware. It's in a channel. If you don't know what a channel is, there's back to basics training videos on the YouTube channel. I would check it out. That kind of stuff will help you understand how you draw channels, why they're there. As of right now, as long as it holds the top end of the channel, it's okay. It looks like it's compressing between the resistance zone and the upper channel. I still think at some point the dollar will get slapped around. But again, timing is always the hardest part in the market. Usually we're right. It's just when. Here's an example of when and right. So W pattern on the VIX, we'd get up higher. Now we're coming back. I mean, I'm not surprised that, you know, the pandemic, Omicron, if you look at the statistics, I mean, it just seems to be where we're at. You know, it might not be as bad as Delta and other variants. I don't really want to talk about it, because I don't really think it makes much of a difference other in trading unless things are getting worse. I would have to say hopefully things are getting better and we're peaking out, and that's it. And so if that's the case, the VIX could come right back down. We're in the Santa Claus rally. As you can see with the SPY, we talked about this Santa Claus rally, the seasonality of the January effect. If you watch the alerts, I put out an alert. Said look for the Santa Claus rally, look for this retest, and boom, 100-day, we popped. Looks great. You know, if you're a bear, I feel bad because you were getting reamed. But certain stocks aren't acting as well. We'll get into that shortly. The Q, same thing, double bottom, 100-day, coming back up over the highs. Thought maybe 400 would be resistance. Clearly not. We cut right through it. But be aware, seasonality and light volume this week. It's typically bullish during the holiday weeks. That's always the case. If you've gotten this far into the video and you like just starting to pick up on all the little nuggets, please subscribe, please like, check out some of the other videos in the tags above. You'll see dropping cards, dropping knowledge, especially if you like gold, because this is one of my better, like I think my safest long-term trade right now. The seasonality in gold, talked about it in the middle of December. There's a video about why gold was stuck. December 15th, middle of December, Ides of December, popped. I like gold. I think it's going to rally back. If you zoom out, you can see what's going on here. We back tested a trend line. Now we're back testing another upward trend line. I apologize for the mess, but let's just zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. What is going on with gold? Oh, it's just a big cup and handle. Long-term, 10-year cup and handle. Retest the highs, backing off. Once we break this downtrend, you will see the Punjabi, whatever you want to call it. It's going to punch. It should punch higher. So watch the monthly. That's all you need to know. Gold looks good. I have, day to day, who cares what happens every few hours? I mean, people just look at this stuff way too hard and think it has to happen right away. Silver, we talked about this with another alert, other videos. I mean, again, if you think I'm full of shit, just go back a couple weeks and watch a video and you'll see talking about like, hey, middle of December, silver, I liked it around here. It got down into the 20. I even said major alert. I bought some at 20. I would also bought some at 20.60. I don't care. I like the discounted price because, again, you zoom out on the monthly, we are talked about this blue zone. It is major long-term support on the SLV ETF, which a lot of people hate, which I don't blame them. That's a whole other story, but play silver that way. It's the easiest way for me to get the videos across so people can see what's going on. GDX. Double bottom over the 20-day. Just let it do its thing. Take its time. Sometimes it's choppy, sloppy. That's part of the miner. That's part of stocks. I mean, not everything is Tesla or whatever straight line move stock you're watching. GDXJ, same thing. We talked about this major signal here. Red, big volume, long wick, bear trap, and now we're popping. I mean, if you knew anything about what bear traps are, and there's a video on such, you realize and then the pro gap, I mean, you have to think about all these factors that are bullish coming off the lows and retest. Because anytime you have a double bottom after a big down move, this pop should be bigger. I mean, think about it. This should be a bigger move. You could create some big W pattern here. So if we're coming off the lows, this should be a big move up. The probability say big up. Now again, does it have to always go up big? We'll see. I mean, the market is what it is, but these are probabilities for the junior miners to start ripping back into the 50, 60 level. I would not be surprised one bit. AG, we talked about this one. Again, I hate to say again, but here we talked about bear trap, popping back over the 20-day. We were buying under 10. It was a freaking gift from God. Long-term stuff here. Long-term swings going into the seasonal first quarter of every year is bullish metals. Big old KL, double bottom. It actually bottomed, in gold and silver, you remember on the 15th, it actually bottomed a couple days earlier and made a higher low. To me, that's bullish. Holding over the 200-day. Eric, I know, is buying some of the 200-day. He likes to buy the dips. I don't blame him. It looks pretty good. Pan American Silver, where are you? PAAS, PAAS. It's holding. I mean, look at that. Look below and fail. Bear trap. Again, watch the videos and the back to basics. You can understand the stuff. Professional gap. That's another thing. Pro gap starts a move, and then look what's going on. Green. Boom, 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 boom. Strong like bull. X did another alert on this tonight and did one last week. We said if you're buying in the 22 range, wait for the break of the downtrend. We didn't get it. Then you got another retest, and you could have bought more, and now look what's happening. Breakout. The 24 area is going to be resistance initially, but I think this is a bigger setup coming out, because if you look at the monthly, when the commodity sector leads, U.S. Steel is going to go apeshit, which, again, I did a whole video on it. If you look at this, it's a big W pattern. And know what's going on here. It's been basing for months. Look at this. Big up, base, base, base. Now again, remember, patterns repeat on all time frames. Big up, base, base, base. High and tight is good. I think US Steel is going much higher in time. It's just whether you have the patience to hold on and ride it. VALE. Scott Special here, he identified this. He said, whoa, look at this stock, where it's come from. It's trading at a 3 PE, and it started outperforming the market. Remember, the market was chopping and dropping in December and end of November into mid-December, and look what happened. This thing was just making higher highs and higher lows. That is strength. Learn what strength is. Learn what absolute strength in a market means, and watch some of these back to basics. Look at these topics. If you're not familiar with everything about the market, and you shouldn't unless you've been doing it like I have for 20 years. Everything's so natural. I mean, it is what it is. AMD, we talked about selling up here, taking profits. I also said watch the 50-day when it broke through the 20. Well, if you had a short and you took some off, now you're looking for the re-entry. Now, again, could it go back to the highs? Absolutely. You see double tops all the time. So just keep that in mind. I mean, again, I'm not really shorting anything because the seasonality is just asking to get screwed. Apple, here's one we did a live alert on. Go back and watch the videos on Apple. Alert at 20-day. We talk about it. Now we're back to the highs. I project this going back, getting up into the 190 area. Could it get there this week? Anything is possible. I mean, and if you get to 190, why not 200? I mean, if it starts moving fast, the best advertisement for higher prices is higher prices. People will chase higher prices. I mean, if you're not familiar with this phenomenon and gotten caught in it yourself, then you haven't been trading long enough, because everybody gets caught at some point chasing higher prices. MicroStrategy talked about a little bear trap, and if you saw, I mean, again, the volume wasn't great, but the price action was wide and loose. Now we're making higher highs. Bitcoin holding up. I mean, 20-day back off. Again, all these Bitcoin proxies, they need to start waking up, and when they do, they should go. I mean, again, you can play 300-400 points on MicroStrategy. It's pretty sick. You could buy some crazy calls and just see what happens. RIVN, this is one I did an alert on multiple times. Said watch the 93 to 95 zone. It broke below the IPO price. Then it bounced right back. We said this bar was the key, because you could have kept going. I mean, you could have just opened up the dam and dropped. But this this actual candle is a small professional gap, because you closed at 94 and you opened at 92. It's small, but the key action was that it closed this gap and it held, because then the next 2 days were the most important days that I needed to see. Because if you see two double dojis like this, it has every reason to fill the gap and continue dumping. There was somebody with stopping power to keep it from dropping, and then look what follows. Boom, big green boner candle. Now, where's the first resistance? It's going to be this gap fill at 109. It's going to be the 20-day. It's going to be this channel. So if you bought in the 90s, you are high-fiving. You're coming to the Discord board, and you're saying, thanks, guys, for your help. Because that's what we do. We help out. We identify trades, and, again, not always right, but we identify hopefully some of the best trades and keep you away from getting caught. Roadblocks. This is one I've been telling people, just stay away. Just let it be. Let it be. Let it do it. Let Roblox breathe, kids. It did a double, 77 to 140s after earnings. Now it pulls back. Now again, I would call me greedy. I want to see it in the 90 zone. Then I'll start buying. I figured it could bounce. Now again, do you have to trade every single thing you know? No, because I know if it's a bounce and I think it's going to fail, then why would I buy it? Why don't I just wait? Like, why can't I just sit here and just wait? And if I'm wrong, whatever. But you know what I mean? If it double bottoms and it retests this 100-day blue little zone between the fibs, I mean, I'm going to stomp it. I'm going to take a big-ass position in it and let it ride. It's because I'll know if it retests and holds, it's clear as day. Oh, Tesla, what did we say about this upper channel? We said once we held the zone, now again, this is a little sloppy. We said watch this candle, because again, go back to the December 21st recap. I said this candle was telling you something here. It was telling you something. Hit the 100-day, this little, always confluence, and look, you engulfed these two down days, then you professional gapped, and boom, there you go. And what did we say? You could say you can make 100 points. Well, I lied. It's up almost, wow, 200 points. But look what it's hitting. Downtrend. All right, it backs off. So what now? What now in Tesla? If you are a day trader, you have taken your money. You knew that trend line was going to be resistance. You just took 200 points, you put it in your pocket. Maybe you let some run. If you're swing trading, you take a little off. You wait for the pullback. Could it pull back and chop? Yeah. Is it possible we retest the highs? Maybe. But if you are a swing trader, you are now setting your stops. You are guaranteed, you don't want to give back all of this. Say you took a little off today just for shits and giggles, it's up 20 something percent, 25% in 5 days. You are now raising your stops and you're letting the market tell you if it's going to go higher or not. And for damn sure, you're not losing money on this trade. You're guaranteed to make whatever you made on the upside here and whatever your stop is here, and then set your entry at your exit or your exit at your entry. So you literally can't lose. So you'll make money. It's just a matter of what will happen. Now with swing trading, like this kind of thing, 25% in a week. I mean, I'm old school. I take the money and run because that's what professionals do. Professionals take money and trade and move on. They have opportunity costs. They look at other places to put money because they don't believe in certainty. But sometimes you miss out on some even crazier moves, but that's just the nature of the beast. PENN, we did an alert on this, said get over the 20-day. Look what's happening here. 2 little hammers above the 20-day. I smell a squeeze. Now when? I don't know, but I've said this 1,000 times. The market makers had to absorb all this volume. It drifted lower. At some point, they need the market on PENN Gaming to run higher so they can unload to retail. If you don't understand that, VPA book, talk about it in the Discord room, what this kind of action is. Email me, come to my front door, knock on it, I'll show you on my computers live. We'll do a recording. This has a squeeze potential. Again, 20 days key. Stay over it. Could it come back to the lows? Absolutely. But longer it holds up, the bigger potential the squeeze is. And maybe, again, there's some news coming, and if it squeezes on news, we'll get into that at one point. You'll need to know what to do. The 20-day, we talked about this, making these chop, EXPI. I like this. Again, I say again a lot, don't I? I apologize. EXPI is a real estate-based brokerage. The spring is typically a run-up in the real estate stocks. Is this building to go? I think it might. Just keep that in mind. Let's get into UTHR because Mikey called me out on this one and made me realize I need to pay attention. Where is that little guy? Where did I hide you, there you are. I like this a lot because it's a big move in consolidation. And by consolidation, I mean, look at this chop since April. What did we say on the alert? Said watch the upper bound. Of course, it might chop a little bit. You just went from 182 up to 215. Let it chop. High and tight is great. I would be watching this. Once this thing breaks out, I mean, it should go. And when I say it should go much higher. I mean, think about it. And the more it chops out weak hands before it goes, because think about all this action. It was chop. And before you chop, then you pop. It's just that simple. Let's wrap these up. We got 2 more. XOP. This is a swing jam special. He said watch the 200-day. I agreed with him. It pro-gapped, chopped. There we go. We're breaking over the trend line. Easy money's been made. 50-day, here you go. I mean, it looks fine to me. Let's go on to ExxonMobil and end it here. Breaking the downtrend. Again, I don't really love the volume, but that candle's strong because it engulfed the other one previously. I think the 50-day and this 90 or 63 areas are next. Keep that in mind. Yeah, if you have questions, please, I'm going to repeat, stop by the Discord room, drop a comment. If you want a ticker reviewed, leave it in the comment. I'll do a video or do a tweet and drop it on the Discord room. Come on in. Just remember, you have to have mentors in trading. You can't learn everything about everything. It's just not possible. So subscribe for more investing content, daily recaps, live trade alerts. It's all here. Again, if you don't like it, come to the room and tell me why, and we'll have a rational conversation. I like to help people. So I am out of here. I am tired, and yeah, been a long day. I hope everyone. Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right, and also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.